and Camila to introduce themselves, and I hope it works. Yeah. Hello, YouTube. Hi, everybody. So, Marcio, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Marcio Nunes. I live from my city called Linhares, the state of Espírito Santo. Tomorrow is a holiday city. I'm married. I live with my wife and my son. I have a little doggy, just named Bento. Yesterday, I completed 1 year the conversation here in Talk and Talk with us. I'm very, very happy because the spirit I develop a little my speaking, continuous studying, start immersion in Spanish too. The next year, I intend improve more. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Marcio, and I'm really happy for you. You've been here with me for a long time, and I'm so grateful for, having you here, listening to you, and yeah, that's really cool. Congratulations. Now you, Camila, can you tell us a little bit about your life, what you
Yeah,
like?
my name is Camila. I'm 28. I'm from Bahia, but nowadays I live in Minas Gerais. I'm a agronomist. Nowadays I'm a PhD student, almost done. So next year I will be done with that. And I like cats a lot. So right now in my life I'm being some really exciting changes because I'm almost done with my studies and I'm gonna get married and I need to find a job. So it's kind of crazy right now. But it's always a pleasure. I love your meetings here with you, Victor. So that's it.
Yeah, thank you for introduction, Camila, and congratulations, and I wish you the best in your marriage and also to find a great
Thank
work.
you.
You
Mm,
deserve a lot of great things in your life, okay?
yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, so let's just start with the questions. Question number one, why is masculinity so fragile? Why, guys? What would you say, Victoria?
I guess that's a hard question that doesn't have a straight answer, but most of the things, I guess, because people always tend to think too much about what other people will think about them. So you always have um, that thing that you should look like you can't cry, you should be the provider, you should be so many stuff, and that's such a heavy weight to carry. And I guess men are afraid of not looking um, good enough or honored enough in front of other people. And that's hard. There's a lot of things to discuss, but mainly I guess that's it.
Yeah, I really agree with you. And what about you, Camila? Why is masculinity so fragile?
Um, I think society, as in general, society require like a lot of tasks, functions regarding men. So I think this kind of frustrating them in some ways. And we are humans, so it's not like if you're gonna push so much on men, sometimes it's just unnecessary. We are humans, so sometimes I don't know if they wanna show that they are so strong, but sometimes they are not. And it's okay, it's normal. So I think the society has a important role in that kind of fragile masculinity. But I think that's a thing that we should talk for sure, but we should like talk more about it to become more like understand that it's not necessary to be so have like so high masculinity to be like a normal person.
Yeah, perfect. So, Marcio, what's your thoughts?
So, about this question, it's very, very hard think about it, but I think it is the Victoria said about the depression, and the man is necessary to show the force, the 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 personality. And the another thing is because depression, the society. But the man is a fragile in different moments. In my case, nowadays, during my age, I cry or watch the movies. It's a complicated for 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 me, but it's normal. I think it is necessary, acceptable. You have a little fragile in different moments. Not is I forgot capaz de resolve everything. Is necessary conversation more, ask help another person. For example, the people is married, help your cônjuge. Ai, cônjuge, eu esqueci. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you for your answer, Marcio. And I agree with all of you. And I have something to add in the point of being masculinity or being, I don't know, this kind of having this behavior, this kind of when you are able to be masculine, you have a lot of privilege. So being a man, it's already a privilege, but when you're masculine, you have a lot of privilege. And I think men are afraid to lose it. And if they lose it, so they may be in danger. So I think they understand it. And yeah, that's what I wanted to add. So list some signs of fragile masculinity. Can you, Marcio already said one thing about crying watching movies. People do
Yeah,
not allow them, but do you have another example, Marcio?
yeah. Another example I think is about the fear of I forgot ridiculous in English. I forgot. I believe the men have fear about the ridiculous. I forgot ridiculous situations in our life. This situation affect your masculinity. Is necessary to show another people the best, the force, the intelligence, and other things. The men have a lot of fear about the ridiculous.
Yeah. In my case, I'm afraid of chicken. So my dad was all the time saying, you shouldn't be like this because you're a man and you're not supposed to be like this. You should be able to kill them to cook for us because you're a man.
I,
And
Actually, you said about the chicken, but
yeah,
the new generation is afraid about the I forgot barata,
me too.
another people lagartixa,
No, not really.
morcego, and the rato. Some examples I see the men fear the uh, the animals or I forgot insects because it is I forgot contra sua masculinidade.
Yeah, and when I was a child, I had a big issue too in watching some kind of movies like Barbie. I really love Barbie. It was my favorite movie ever, but I was just 5 or 6, and my dad and all the men of my family were like, "You shouldn't be like this," because there are some signs of, I don't know, homosexuality and things like that. But what about you, girls? Camila, do you have some example?
Yeah, I think Marcia said one about crying in movies. I think that's a thing that most of the men avoid to show feelings. And that's so silly because there's no what to be afraid. So feelings, about animals, like you said, and um, another thing where like pink colors sometimes just mean the oh I'm not gonna wear this pink t-shirt or something like that. And yeah, I think that's it that I can remember right now. But there are like using makeup, for example. Some men may only sometimes they like to do it, but to not they don't like to demonstrate they like it, you know. So it's kind of like feminine stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I was afraid of use this, and this is not makeup. This is a simple thing that helps me with my lips.
Yeah, it's
And
essential.
I
Yeah.
was afraid of it to, use it in front of people, and that's really sad. So, Victoria,
For me, one of the biggest and worst signs is when men feel less of them and feel attacked when a woman, especially a partner, for example, earns more money than he does. And in a relationship where a man and a woman, for example, there are a lot of stuff that housework, for example, that they don't divide in a way that's good for both of them. Most of the work at home in most of the relationships and times, at least the ones that I know, they're not equal between the partners, and the woman always have to do the cleaning work and the cooking and stuff like that, and the man always divides the other works that is more masculine to do that, because like folding the laundry, for example, or cooking or cleaning the house is a girl's work. So this is one of the points that for me is very problematic. And not only inside the house with the partners, but also in the work field, the difference in the salaries, they tend to affect a lot. Men tend to feel less about themselves when a woman earns more money, even if she's a senior, even if she's in a higher position, they feel that because of their men, they should earn more. And this actually happens because in the same positions, there's a lot of researches in that. There's a lot of facts. It's not what I think. In the same positions, most of the men, they earn much more than the woman. So that's one of the biggest problems for me.
yeah, that's we can create a lot of topics in the things that you said, Victoria, and it's a big issue in society, I would say. So let's go to question number three. What's the problem with the color pink or certain deodorant fragrances? Why are men so afraid of it? So Marcio, go ahead.
So about the color pink, for example, specific pink, is the long time the color is uh, reference about the girls is a pink, is the boys the reference is a blue. A long time nowadays is different. Several men wear a shirt a pink and the another things. I don't problem about it. I have one shirt, the pink only. Uh, but it's a long time. In the past, not exist the internet. The television is common. The associate the pink for a girl, the blue for a boy during a long time. Nowadays, about the internet is the more is, but several peoples, the men in the countryside is a fight about the men, the boy use pink is not acceptable. About desodorant fragrances, the stores nowadays, the stores, the perfume, there exists the section, I forgot the section, the girls and the boys. The fragrance is different because men and boys and the girls is different. It's normal, but nowadays the people buy the men gear for you. The boys buy the perfume the girl buy perfume the boy is everyone have a different taste about it. Nowadays, for me, it's normal.
Yeah, thanks, Marcio. I don't understand the problem with the pink color. I think it has some kind of history, but I'm not sure if I remember everything. But it's just a stupid thing sometimes for me. You associate color with gender or even with sexual identity, sexual orientation. It's really weird for me. And about the fragrances, I just don't understand it as well. I know we have the ones for women and the ones for men. And even when I'm gonna tell about a lot of experiences that I had in the past. And I remember that I asked my mom to use one called Egeo Doce, and she just gave me a look like this, and then she said, "Are you sure?" Because the fragrance is not really masculine. It tastes flowers and a lot of things. And today I mine it's called a body splash, and it tastes, I don't know if is that's right to say taste, but the fragrance is acerola and hibisco, and it's really great and I love it. But I just understand why are men so afraid of it. And I think it's so good to just like it and use it. And I think everyone should be allowed to try it someday. But Victoria, to have some theory to explain it?
I guess not only color and fragrances, but men tend to feel offended when they're compared with women because most of the times because they think less of women and they think they're superior and stuff like that. But as you said, like if there's a fragrance for woman, it's like roses, is like orchids, and men is like strong man, leather, for example, and stuff like that, and wood. It's okay. Even in a fragrance, it has to show and demonstrate that it's strong. You're something like, oh my God, then woman should be soft and calm and um, smell like flowers and cotton candy and stuff like that is very awkward. And about the color, I guess it's very awkward also because people, humans in general, tend to create references. And it's okay to create references. It's a part that we discover life, but I guess that people tend to stay very stuck to a box where they have to be always like that in that box. Oh, I am very masculine, I just like blue, or oh, I'm very feminine, I just wear pink and long hair, long nails and dresses. And the problem is just staying strict to the box where people tend to think that they should look like. And I think that should be something more fluid, like you're a human, so you have the choice to wear what color you'd like and use the fragrance you'd like and do the stuff you'd like without thinking that it should be a bad or good reference to your gender identity or to your orientation. So it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, yeah, it is a lot. So Camila,
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and you talked about colors and fragrances, and I realized that we can use blue, we can use every color we want, and no one judges us. So, and the same thing for perfumes. So you can use like me, and I love it, some men perfumes, you know. So it's weird. Why not men cannot do that? So I think it's something really rooted into society, you know. It's something really, I don't know how to break this, I don't know how to, what we can do to do it, because some men will like the traditional things, some not, are wouldn't. So it's kind of complicated, but we should not care about it, you know. It's personal, you do whatever you want, and that's totally okay.
yeah, yeah, perfect. So
Vitor,
question, yeah,
about the color, another thing I remember is a long time. I forgot. Uh, rel, relas, rela, Relacionada com diferentes, por exemplo, the esporte, the soccer team, different soccer team have one color, Flamengo, Vasco, Palmeiras, the man é blue, the girl é pink, the community LGBTQIA+, the color, I forgot arco-íris in English, and the country, for example, Brazil, green and yellow is traditional. This related the color with specific thing, for example.
yeah, yeah. I think it's a really, I don't know, cultural that we associate a color with a concept and the color blue with the concept of being a man. And I just don't like it. So let's talk about question number 4. Is the display of dominance over women and assuming a protective role akin to that of a security guard considering a natural behavior resulting from masculinity instincts? This question is really, I don't know, confused, but I'm gonna start answering it because for me it's really weird nowadays to see it properly in my life because I have a boyfriend and we are two men. So what's the one who would be the security guard? You know, there's no difference if you look at this relationship and trying to find the person who dominates the other, a person who's supposed to be the masculine, the stronger, the, you know, the man of the relationship. So it's really confused, but most people, I mean, a lot of girls says, I want a man who would be my guard, who would protect me, who would, give me some kind of security in my life. I would feel safer with him. I get a lot of that from girls, and they just expect a man who's strong. I don't know. And I think that may be normal, but at the same time, I don't think that's right. I just don't know. What do you think about it, Camila? You are a girl, you were married, and you have some experience to say.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say my how is my view about it. I feel good, you know, to have like a person who that I feel that I can protect me. So I feel like I feel good. I cannot say that like, oh, I don't like it. I feel good about it. And I think of course, all the society, all the history, all the things that we lived in thinking about history and all this stuff get a lot of influence on that behavior, in my behavior and in the man behavior. But I totally understand that they are not everyone will have the same position, will have um, the same instinct to protect, you know. So I think that's totally normal, I guess. Oh, it's frozen.
Can you hear us, Camila? I don't think so. So, Victoria, go ahead. You can answer the
Uh,
question.
what's Akin?
Akin is related to, it's like looking like a security guard in this question. I don't know the proper meaning of Akin, but you know, a protective role related to a security guard, and
Ah,
it
I
looks like a
understand.
security guard.
Yeah. So, Camila, do you want to continue? You froze.
Oh yeah, my connection is so bad right now. I was saying that it's all related with the society, as society see the role of the man and the role of the woman, that woman needs to be protected, and the man who is the one who should take care of the family. But nowadays I don't see like more the obligation of this role, I think every family has their own thoughts about it, but it's something like, I think it depends a lot about how you were raised, how is your, I don't know, your thoughts about it, your vision, your idea of a family. But yeah, I think, but of course the society has a major role in all that situation.
Yeah, that's right. So, Victoria, keep going.
So no, I don't think it's a natural behavior. I don't believe there's such a thing, but I do believe there's the influence of how we've been living and society has kept going for a long, long time. So it's like expected to men be the protective role in a relationship and provider, and the woman should be someone who takes care of the children, the husband, the house, and take care of everyone and stuff like that. I don't think it's like a natural behavior. But I guess in a relationship, even if you're in a relationship with the other gender of the or the same gender, we always tend to look for someone that make us feel good, and we of course we want to be with someone that we feel safe about, and um we I forgot the word, we trust in the person. So it can be a man or a woman, but like the dominance over woman, it's very expected of masculine men, for example, because as you said, in a relationship with other men, it's very common to hear somebody ask you, okay, who is the man and in the relationship? And when they do ask that, they're asking like, who is the masculine man, who is the provider, who is the strong, who is fearless, and stuff like that. But maybe it shouldn't only be a masculine man or a effeminated man, for example. It can be mixed and it doesn't matter. But in any relationship, I guess we tend to look for someone that we can rely on and trust, and we kind of feel this sense of protection. And it doesn't always have to be, oh, the person is stronger and can do stuff like that, but in an emotional way, because we're very evolved and there's no such thing like natural dangers that we need somebody to fight with their lives for us. So it's like in a protective way, in some and a psychological way for me.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Victoria. And fun fact about gay relationships, when people ask you who's the man of the relationship, usually they mean who's the top or who's the bottom. You know, they associate with sexual position, sexual preferences, and try to give this kind of um I don't know, concept of heterosexual relationship where a person puts something inside of other person, and that's the man and that's the girl. And that's so, I don't know if it's weird when people ask me that, but I get that a lot, and it's so uncomfortable
Very
when,
disrespectful.
yeah, it is a lot. I mean, there's no problem in giving and receiving, but that's too personal when you don't know me, you know. So Marcio, what do you think about this question?
So I think is natural behavior because I need to protect my wife, my son, my daughter. It depends on the place. Is several different people. Is the necessário keep one defensive position about uh, uh, I forgot alerta, and I try protect my family in general. For example, is a long time I have this I forgot postura. For me, it's natural. I try to protect my family in different way.
Yeah, yeah. So Marcio, you are a father, and I want to ask you question number 6. Do you think a man could lose his status of a real man by incorporating feminine behaviors? Is it true that a father needs to behave as a masculine person in order to provide a good education for the children? Do you think you should be masculine in order to be a good father? Is it right?
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I think it's different. Depends the situation, but in different moments is necessary for to show for my son or my daughter one situation different. Not this is a lot my masculine is different. For me, uh, uh, I think different de several people because for me it is normal when necessary to show us to show one different situation for another person because my personality is the same. I today I'm 45 years old. Difficult. I change. It's the same. Is the situation is necessary in different moments. For me, it's normal.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Marcio, for sharing such a personal, I don't know, interpretation of the question. So, Victoria,
No, because what would be feminine behaviors? Showing that you have feelings, showing that you can wear all kinds of colors. I don't know. It's very hard because you have to put a box in feminine behaviors. But I do understand the question because there is a lot of stuff that we were talking about the box of masculinity. So it's very, I don't know, for me it's very clear, but as a father or a mother, I believe both of them are responsible for the child, and both of them should teach the value of respecting and protecting the ones you love. Even if you're a child, you can uh, teach the child about protection, about giving pets to the child or plants, maybe to take care, stuff like that, and to care and respect about the others and being free to do whatever you want. It doesn't change kind of the what you're gonna do with your adult life, and you shouldn't care about that because it's children. So it shouldn't be a thing to worry about.
Yeah, perfect, Victoria. So, Camila,
Yeah, I feel when some people say, oh, feminine behaviors feels like sounds like, oh, we are bad to you are like bad to have like feminine behaviors, you know. So it's something like, okay, but what is that? What is that supposed to mean? That we are worse than men? I don't know. So this makes no sense for me if they have like feminine behaviors, because most of the women that I know, they are truly warriors, you know, so they work really hard and all these things. So this is supposed to be a good thing, like for me, in my view. And the another question, I don't think that's really necessary. A good father was supposed to be a masculine person. I think it's weird. I don't know how to answer that, because in my view, as a family, I know that there are some things that I'm not interested in, and my husband is. For example, soccer. I mean, if I have like a boy, for example, with him, we supposed to be the person who will introduce soccer, you know, and I will introduce another things like some kind of music or something like that. So I don't really see a problem on that, and I think it's really person to person who will like have like the masculine person. I don't think this is really a problem, but I think that I know that's really personal. Each person has like some interested, but there are some values that needs to be established and common between women and men, that they are like the base of the family. So yeah, I think that's basically this.
yeah. This question is really, I don't know, complicated because,
Yeah, it is.
we have a lot of statements like feminine behaviors, being
Mhm.
masculine, and that's a thing to start. What is a feminine behavior? And then what does it mean to be masculine? And it's so hard to think about it because we understand the question, but even though we do not agree with the terms that it's used. So that's really interesting. And thank you, Camila and Victoria, to, explaining everything. And I don't know, it's so about the second question, because Camila said one thing really interesting about introducing to the child subject and things to do like soccer, and then another thing because I was introduced to soccer by my daddy, but I don't like it, and that's it. It's not forcing or anything, but I just don't like it. While in the other hand, my mom introduced me to novels and television novels of global, and I just love it. And that was me, but some boys they do like sports, they do like soccer and other things, and that's normal. So question number 7. Are gay men less masculine than the heterosexual ones? This question is really, complicated because if we answer it really straight, yes, because I feel that gay men, they feel allowed to not be masculine all the time. They feel like they don't need to be like this. They don't need to follow this rule in order to be a man. They can be themselves, in such a different ways. They can be feminine. They can be, everything. So I would say yes, but at the same time, if you look at the question like, are gay men in reality? Are they men, the real concept of men? And I don't think they're less men than the other ones just because they like boys or they express feelings differently or they have different personalities of what we understand as a masculine personality. So I don't think so. But keep going, guys. What do you think about it, Camila?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't have really um a lot to talk about it, because I don't really I've never thought really about this subject, but I feel like sometimes in this in this world they are supposed to be like more feminine, and this is not like the true, because some gays like to feel like men, you know. So I think this is not a rule at all. I think it varies a lot. I knew like a lot of gays that no one say anything they are gay, because they feel like, and they talk like regular, you know, men. So I think it's really, it depends on the person for sure.
Yeah. So Victoria, what about you?
I I believe this question has so many layers, and I agree about what you said. The I guess it takes so much courage to assume yourself as a gay man, and when you had the courage enough and the time enough to do that in front of family, friends, and society, you kind of take weight of having to look so masculine all the time. So it's more like you have a license to be who you are, but not necessarily you have to be an effeminated person, but you don't have to show all the time that you're strong, that you so many stuff that we look like masculine and a real man. But at the same way, as is very hard for gays, I guess there's the other hand where they tend to try to look one part of accepted by society by showing these masculine behaviors, saying in a message, a non-said message like, okay, I like boys, I like men, but I'm a masculine guy yet. I am strong. I don't cry. I don't show my feelings, because there is a lot of different types of people, and there is this prejudice between inside the gay society. Like, okay, there's the effeminate, there's the masculine gays, and there's the others. So in the same way, there's that's easier to find men that shows more than their feelings while they're gay. There are the other men, gay men, for example, that try to keep that image of masculine to feel more respected between the gays when people see outside. So that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Victoria. Marcio, what do you think about this,
So
this question?
yeah, I agree. I think it is the gay is yes, gay man is a less masculine, but it depends on the situation. In different moments, the gays assume the position. The men, when necessary, protect your privacy, your respect in the another thing. But this is a question they chose the people when I live when na gay, I live is less masculinity. It is for me. It is normal this situation nowadays. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Marcio. So let's go to question number 9 because it's a really great one. And Victoria already said something about it at the beginning of the immersion. Is housework just another feminine quality that men usually avoid in order to preserve their masculinity? And I brought this question because once my mother said, "Oh, our neighbors will think that you are gay because I let you clean the house." And I am influencing you to be gay because you are so, you care so much about the house and you are so, you know, aware of everything and you take care better than me and they're gonna think that you might not be men. And I was just No, that's not the truth. What are you saying, Mom? But then she understood the assignment, and I think nowadays everything okay. But Victoria, what do you think about it?
Oh my God. It turned out you're gay, but I don't think there has to be something about that. But that's very problematic because like in a gay relationship, who would clean the house? Who would cook? So I guess that men tend to, it's like it's very hard to discuss this topic in English. My mind is blowing. But men tend to aproveitar the situation where he doesn't have to do the housework. It's so good. I'm the man. I don't have to clean, I don't have to cook, I don't have to wash the dishes. It's so easy to be masculine like that because I always have to sit here, watch my soccer, drink beer with my friends where my wife cleans the house. That's very easy. So it's problematic.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
really,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, thanks. So, Marcio, do you think housework is a task for women?
Uh, yeah, this question is another cultural question in the past. It's normal the situation the men avoid the help the clean in house, but nowadays I think it's different. In my case, for example, tomorrow is holiday. My wife tell tell me about the clean our house tomorrow. Tomorrow. The afternoon is necessary to clean my house. For me, it's normal. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning my house, help a lot because it is one family. Everyone is necessary help in the ac- activities. My case, for example, I'm married doing 21 years. I cleaning the house a long time. It's normal.
Yeah, yeah. That's it's a good thing to hear, Marcia. So Camila, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think this feminine work, it's only a privilege that they wanna make most of the time. Because I know there are a lot of men that really do your part, not help, do your part in the housework. So in my home, since I was a kid, my mom always said, "Oh, you're gonna do that. You're gonna do that." I'm the only female, so it's no difference at all between the gender. So we all know how to clean the house, how to cook, how to do everything. So I think it's more a privilege, you know. It's very convenient just say that it's a feminine work just to not do it. So because it is a lot of work, it is not easy to clean the house every day to keep the things organized. So I think it's a work that every person should really do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you all, guys. And unfortunately, we have to end the immersion because there's no time anymore. But I want to say thank you for all of you for coming and for, you know, really, you guys did it so great in discussing about the questions. And I just like when you guys put some kind of feelings in the answers and you just show your perspective without really worrying about this meeting being recorded. And I just like it this way. So thank you all for coming, Camila and Victor and Marcio. And I just sent to you the link of the feedback of the immersion. So I hope you guys could answer it and say the things that I could improve right here, give me suggestions, and just say whatever you want in order to improve how TNT works, how my immersion works, and that would help me a lot. Okay?
Thank you, Victor. It was
Thank
great.
Thank
you.
you,
That
guys.
was, thank you. Bye bye.